All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the world of big tech projects. We're going to figure out who the key players are, the ones who actually make it all happen.
Have you ever wondered about that? When a company gets this massive, shiny new IT system, it doesn't just appear out of thin air, right? Nope. There's a whole specialized team, a core group of experts working behind the scenes. They're the ones who take a simple idea and turn it into something real, something that actually works. So who are these people?
Well, we're talking about what I like to call the IT solutions trio. These are three totally distinct but, and this is key, interconnected roles. Each one has a very specific mission. And honestly, without all three of them working together in perfect harmony, most of these big, complex tech projects, they would just fall apart. It's that simple.
So let's meet them. We've got the sales account manager, the pre-sales engineer, and the post-sales engineer. Now, I know what you're thinking. Those titles sound kind of similar, right? But trust me, their roles are worlds apart, and each one is absolutely crucial. So let's break down what each of them does, and we'll start with the person who really gets the ball rolling.
First up, we have the Sales Account Manager, or AM for short. Think of them as the face of the company. They're the first person a potential customer is ever going to meet. Their entire world, their whole job revolves around one thing: building and maintaining that crucial customer relationship.
So what's their main focus? Well, it's really twofold. First, they've got to drive revenue for their company, obviously. But just as important, they have to manage that vital customer relationship. You have to understand, from a business perspective, the account manager is the company to the client. They're the main point of contact.
Okay, so what does their day-to-day actually look like? Well, they are constantly on the hunt for new business, while at the same time, they're nurturing their existing clients. And they're the ones handling all those commercial details. The quotes, the pricing, the contracts, negotiating discounts. They own the sales targets, and at the end of the day, they're the ones who close the deal. So when you look at their skill set, it's all about communication, negotiation, and persuasion. They don't need to be super deep technical experts, not at all, but they do need to understand the products well enough to spot an opportunity when they see one. Okay, so once they've found that opportunity, who do they bring in to handle the nitty-gritty technical details? Let's find out.
Right, so once the account managers open that door, they bring in the pre-sales engineer. And this person, this is the technical mastermind. They are the architect who's going to design the entire solution. Their whole job is to answer the big how question. The customer comes in with a problem, and the pre-sales engineer's mission is to figure out how to solve it by architecting the perfect technical solution. They're basically the bridge between a business need and an actual technical reality.
So their process, it starts with a deep dive into what the customer actually needs. From there, they design the system architecture and create these super detailed proposals and diagrams. They're also the ones who run product demos, or what's called a proof of concept, or POC. You can just think of that as a small-scale trial run. It's all about proving to the customer, hey, look, this thing is actually going to work for you. And this is where you see a really crucial balance. Yeah, they absolutely need deep technical expertise in solution design, but their real magic, their true value, is in supporting the sales process. They have this amazing ability to translate really complex technical ideas into simple terms that anyone can understand. And that is key to convincing the customer.
All right, so the deal is signed. The design is approved. Everyone's happy. But who actually builds the thing? Well, that's where the final member of our trio comes in. Meet the post-sales engineer, the hands-on implementer.
You see, their work only begins after the contract is signed. Their entire focus is on delivery and support. They're the ones who take that beautiful architecture designed by the pre-sales team and turn it into a real, tangible, working system for the customer.
This is where the rubber meets the road. This is the real, hands-on work. They are in the trenches, installing hardware, configuring software, and troubleshooting any and all issues that pop up. And they play another vital role, training the customer's team and providing that all-important, ongoing support.
Now, this role demands serious, deep, hands-on technical skills. We're talking people who are often backed by official vendor certifications. This is literally where technical knowledge goes from a design on paper to a practical reality. But it's just as important? Their focus on customer satisfaction. Because think about it, a successful project isn't just one that works. It's one where the client feels happy, supported, and taken care of.
Okay, so now that we've met all the individual players, let's see how this whole team comes together and actually works in the real world. Yeah, this table gives you a fantastic overview. You've got the account manager focused on revenue. That happens before the sale. Then the pre-sales engineer focused on design, also before the sale. And then, boom, the post-sales engineer takes over for delivery and support after the sale is done. And just look at that clear progression of technical depth. It goes from low, medium, all the way up to very high. Makes perfect sense, right?
Let's make this even more real. Let's walk through a quick scenario. Imagine a customer needs to upgrade their network security. Okay, step 1. The sales account manager spots the need and figures out the budget. Step 2. They bring in pre-sales who designs the perfect firewall solution for them. And finally, step 3. Once the deal is signed, sealed, and delivered, that design gets handed right over to post-sales who installs the new firewall, configures it, and gets everything up and running. See? It's a perfect, seamless handoff.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? What's the core idea? It's pretty simple, actually. Even though they all have different skills and work at different times in the project, they all share one single, unified goal: making sure the customer gets a successful outcome.
I mean, if you want to boil it all down, it's this. Sales sells and negotiates. Pre-sales designs and convinces. And post-sales implements and supports. That's it. That division of labor is literally what makes the tech world go round. So the next time you hear about some company getting a major new tech system, you'll know the secret. You'll know about the trio working behind the scenes to make it a success. And that brings me to a final thought for you to chew on. Based on everything we've talked about, the relationship builder, the architect, or the hands-on builder, which one of those roles sounds most like you? Which one would you play?